Hello everybody, my name is the Geekmas, and I want to do a breakdown about the Pokemon Presents from that we just had earlier today. I want to break down and kind of give my own personal critiques, opinions, and break down what I see for the Pokemon Presents. So, let's go, and we'll talk about each section as we go. First of all, of course, we did get that giant going through all the different Pokemon titles screen, which was pretty interesting, and I liked the little breakdown. I loved seeing the intros, and honestly, I thought it was not a bad little way to start out our remembering of the 30th anniversary. So I thought that was a pretty good slam dunk. You did a good job right there, Pokemon. Next portion was our little, discussion with the Pokemon president, giving us, thank you for playing and everything, which, as always, nice to see the man. It's nice when a Pokemon, like a company's president, can come out, say hello, and talk to us like a real person. I'm always a big fan of that, so no big issue here. Pretty good. Oh, geez. Okay, let's talk about this thing. The game music collection from the Pokemon Center, and which is a small little Game Boy-like device that has all these different cartridges to listen to the original generation Pokemon, having the audio quality of the original Game Boy, which is a neat collector's item. Let's clarify. This is very neat, but I'll be 100% honest. This, for $70 to sit on your shelf, I don't know, bro. Pokemon, they have all, there's Nintendo music. So really, I don't understand what the whole point of this was. I think it's a neat collector's item, and I think there are definitely fans who will want this. But I definitely am not one who wants to pick this up. It's not that cool. I'm really not that interested. I think this was a drop in the bucket. Sorry, Nintendo. This isn't that great. The next section we have is about the Pokemon World Championship portion with Chris Brown and everything, talking about the the event, having the XP weekend and everything surrounding it and everything, which is pretty neat. And confirming that this year's main series will be of battle will be covered with Pokemon Champions, which is concerning considering that it's not coming out until, well, literally it's not coming out until after the event is over, not till over, but happening until April for the Switch, which is concerning because that means they got to get everything up and running beforehand, which has me a little concerned. I just don't think there's enough time to really get things going before, they get to the Switch and all, and before they get to the actual World Champions. So that's a little concerning. Our next portion was on the Pokemon trading card game, and I'm really not sure exactly what's coming out here. Definitely seems like something important's coming because everything's simultaneously releasing in 2026. So I'm not exactly sure what is being released for the TCG, but they were showing off some amazing card art, especially featuring Mew and Mewtwo. And of course, they were going through some of the classics we know and love. So I'm curious what officially we will see releasing this year for the Pokemon TCG. Gonna be interesting to see. The next portion was discussing Pokemon Go, and I'll be 100% honest. This was a huge disappointment as a Pokemon Go player. Just a rerun of prior release Pokemon. No new anything really announced. And with a year and a half they have to fill until Pokemon, the next Pokemon game comes out, it is really a big disappointment that really nothing major was announced here. A rerun event is cool, but new Pokemon is the big selling point of having a Pokemon Day announcement. They also, as a footnote, had to announce that Pokemon Go Tour Kalos is tomorrow, which, yeah, of course it is. Dipshits. We know that. So, no, Pokemon Go's announcement was a bit of a wet fart. I won't even lie there. The next big announcement was from Pokemon Masters, which was Classic 1996 Red and Pikachu. which is a pretty awesome thing to see Pokemon Masters come out with, especially considering you'll have Red and then 1996 Red. My own personal shock here is the fact that the Pokemon, ZA isn't having any new characters, at least advertised yet. Of course, we do have some Paldea sync pairs coming with Terapagos and Ogerpon, but I was very shocked to see that they didn't announce a single thing for any of the ZA characters. I guess maybe next year because they'll have more time before we get the next big Pokemon game, which we'll discuss later on. I'm just very shocked to see we didn't get a single thing regarding anything such as, getting a big, ZA announcement or hell, even just put AZ in the game. Very shocked to see that. But hey, Pokemon Masters always keeps you guessing. Pokemon Cafe Remix is announcing a huge event that has all the starter Pokemon available, which is pretty awesome. And that's about all I can really add about Pokemon Cafe Remix. But honestly, this is a very cute collab. And honestly, seeing all the starters with the little Pokemon Day ribbons on them is pretty awesome. So I'm going to give them kudos. Adorable. I still probably won't sink a lot of time in the Cafe Remix, but maybe I'll log in to get that little Cyndaquil right there. Pokemon Sleep was the next announcement, which I forgot in my predictions video, is having Mew come to the game, which they've had legendary Pokemon come to the game for the last few, months or last years or so. But, yeah, first mythical Pokemon coming is pretty awesome. For you Pokemon Sleep fans, I'm sure that's pretty awesome. I honestly dipped out of Pokemon Sleep. Just a little too much money grabby for my own taste. But, hey, Mew's coming to Pokemon Sleep. The next portion of the video was Pokemon Unite related. And today, Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres will all be available to be used during the Pokemon Presents, which is pretty awesome. Then on top of that, in the future, Meganium, Typhlosion, and Feraligatr will be also coming to join the fray in Pokemon Unite, which is pretty awesome. I'm happy to see my Typhlosion, end up in a game. I might actually pick up Unite finally. Listen, Unite's cool gameplay-wise. I just, never really played it. But hey, Typhlosion's there. I might join it. TCG Pocket was the next point they got to, and the new set of Paldean Wonders is premiering today, and you can get open up the free 30 booster packs and everything. And it's if you like, it's awesome to see Paldean Pokemon come to TCG Pocket. Honestly, it makes me a little nostalgic seeing all the card openings and everything. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just give an update and go open some packs for the hell of it on old piece TCG Pocket. It's interesting to see that, even though the game is down, still looks dang awesome. So this next portion brings me to a weird discussion point because something doesn't make a lot of sense. So they next announced that Pokemon XD is going to be coming to the Switch Online in March. Hey, Pokemon Company, we're missing something. What about the first game? Where's Coliseum? Fine, awesome, great. It's coming to, Switch Online, finally, about time. But the fact that you guys skipped Coliseum and you went straight to XD is really dang weird. I mean, seriously, nothing? Just straight to XD Gale of Darkness? It's fine, it's fine. It's a Shadow Pokemon game, but, really? You're going to go to XD first and not, I don't know, anything else? I mean, fine, I'll take it. I love it. But seriously, that is just a little disappointing. I won't lie. It's awesome to see that we're finally getting these GameCube games, but it would have been awesome if they were just a little bit sooner. Or, heck, if Coliseum came before XD, considering that one's a sequel and one's a prequel. But, I'm a humble Pokemon fan who likes the Shadow Pokemon games. So the next thing they did talk about was that Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green are out today, and that's awesome. And the other thing they announced during that was the fact that Pokemon from Fire Red and Leaf Green can be transferred up to Pokemon Home, which, well, yeah, awesome. And an interesting thing also we learned because of that is that these Pokemon can be go to these Pokemon. Like, obviously, they can't go back. Honestly, they didn't announce any events, so it's hard to say if events will come to these games or not. But hey, it's just awesome that Fire Red and Leaf Green are available today and that they can eventually, probably in April, switch to Pokemon Home. That's pretty cute. I'm excited. Next portion finally got the discussion about Pokemon Champions. And while the trailer itself was mostly just a cinematic thing, really showing off the game itself, a lot of it was that we actually have a lot more information after it because of the website. Pokemon Champions will allow you to transfer your Pokemon from Pokemon Home to Champions as they are visiting, and those Pokemon can be transferred back. So Pokemon who you transfer from Pokemon Home to Champions can be transferred back. Certain Pokemon, if they are transferred, will unlock their Mega Stone, which is another interesting note. If you IV or EV train a Pokemon in Pokemon Champions and then transfer it back, it will not show the IV and EV trainings, so that's something to note if you want to put resources in. And also, Pokemon who you get obtained from Champions or gift Pokemon from Champions will not be able to be transferred in the Pokemon Home. These are just things we know now, so that's a nice note. Another note is that the Switch Edition is launching in April, but the mobile edition is just listed as later this year. Now, I think this is very strange because how much emphasis has been put in all these Pokemon trailers for Champions to really focus on the mobile aspect of Pokemon. The mobile aspect of these, which I think is a bit of a drop in the bucket when it comes to this title. Like, if you're not able to launch the Switch and the mobile edition at the same time, I think that's kind of a bad look on you guys. But I'm sure that's a Pokemon Home limitation or something there. And also, for a moment, I want to talk about Pokemon Home, because it is interesting to note that on the Japanese website, that Pokemon Bank is still listed. So it's curious to see how much longer Pokemon Bank will be still counted towards this. And it is interesting just to see that Pokemon Champions is going to have a battle pass, both free and paid. I don't think anyone should be too shocked by this. But I still think it's kind of strange that, like, this would have been really a big success if Champions would have launched both mobile and Switch day one. And I think because you're making people wait so long for the mobile version, I think this could be a bad look in general for the Champions app itself. But we'll have to wait and see. The next update we were given was about Legends EA, especially the DLC. And it was just today there's a distribution that you can go pick it up. The Mega Stone for Mega Garchomp Z, which will have a special mission within game, which you'll have to battle a Mega Garchomp at a hyperspace area. And basically, if you defeat it, you'll get the Mega Stone, which is pretty interesting, but I will say very lackluster. And after getting your last, the Mega Stone for Blaziken, Pokemon Legends EA is more or less dead, in my opinion, after we get this. And the fact that this game now has to be the new Pokemon game for essentially, 2 years in between its launch and the next, Pokemon, the next game, this could be not a great time for Pokemon fans. We're about to hit a dry spell. Scarlet and Violet also had no updates and no discussions during this, which is unfortunate. Our Pokeball Pavilion is still a dream. And I really think if rather Pokemon Legends ZA or Pokemon Scarlet and Violet would have given us Pokeball Pavilion, it could have been a nice little, hey, go play Pokemon games outside of a few minutes, the fight Mega Garchomp. So, a little disappointing on that aspect, but hey, can't complain too much. It is a free, event. The next portion was discussing Pokemon Pokopia, which is coming out here in a week. I will not be playing it, so I wouldn't expect a lot of coverage unless something really spicy comes up with it or something connects to Pokemon Home, but please don't connect to Pokemon Home. Please don't connect to Pokemon Home. Don't do that to me. But no, Pokemon Pokopia revealed a music feature, which will be a Rotome, a new form of Rotome, the DJ, and a cooking feature with the whatever the giant chipmunk is. I'm not a big fan of him. He's the one who always steals your berries in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Listen, I hate to be hating on this game so much. I'm not that fascinated in this game. Animal Crossing was one thing, and I played it for a few months. Pokemon will probably be fun, and I'm sure there's a lot of you who are looking forward to it. I'm just not the target audience for it. I'm really not. I'll be sticking to Fire Red and Leaf Green for the few months, and then up until XD comes out. Then I'll worry about playing Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this game. I'm not too interested, personally. And how could I not talk about the final announcement, Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves? They are real, and holy shit, these look fantastic. Seriously, I am blown away at what they've done here. Holy crap. These look fantastic. I am really excited for this game. The graphics look amazing. The 3 starters, Pombon is amazing. Anyone who says differently, you are inherently wrong. And no, this looks amazing. Honestly, graphics, the character designs, honestly, and the fact that diving is coming back. Holy crap, diving's coming back. We can dive under the water for the first time since Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which doesn't seem like that long ago, but it's been a very long time. I'm really excited. The only downside is 2027. That's quite a bit away. This is going to be a long drought, boys. A long drought. And it's good because then people have time to acquire a Switch 2 so they can play these. Because they're exclusive. And that's fine. That's dandy. It gives people time to catch up, get what they need to buy so they can play the games. But that's a lot of time. It's a lot of time the anime's got to fill without new stuff unless they tease Pokemon throughout the next 2 years. That's a lot of time. Pokemon's got to stretch out the remaining less than now 100 Pokemon for Pokemon Go. That's a lot of downtime for the card game. The card game's got to survive a year and a half with Mega Evolution and maybe a rerun of Fire Red Leaf Green cards. That's a lot of downtime. Like, unless Pokemon's got some other things are going to be dropping throughout the year, this is a long time that the anime, the games, and everything else, like, by the time these games come out, Scarlet and Violet will be 5 years old. That's a long generation, and it's only got 3 games and 2 DLCs. That's a fairly long time for a generation, and I'm just concerned that it's not going to be enough to fill the void. But mind you, these games look fantastic, and if this is what they look like now, and they have another year and a half to spit polish, I mean, hell. And that's even if we have to wait till November, if they don't go, like, coming out in January 2027. But I don't think it's going to be like that, because, like, that's a huge sales drop if they don't release around Christmas time to capitalize on kids getting Christmas gifts. But yeah, no, that's the Pokemon Presents. Honestly, a little lackluster. Mind you, there are some things here to be excited about, but a lot that I was actually kind of shocked didn't get announced. We didn't get anything about the anime. Like, nothing about Liko and Roy, nothing about the anime was really discussed here. No movie, nothing Netflix related either. Honestly, nothing new Lego sets revealed. This was kind of, for 25 minutes and being the longest Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day so far, this was just a little slow. I'm actually shocked how slow it was, but hey, Pokemon's gonna Pokemon. So, guys, this is just my analyst of the Pokemon Presents. Hey, guys, if you have Pokemon video discussions and points you want to do later on, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. My name is the Geekimus. Leave a subscribe if you want to see more of my content, or if you just liked or if you want to just discuss more about Pokemon, discuss it down below. I always read my comments. Geek out.